We're going to start talking about beyond the mind, about understanding vasanas, samskaras, and karma. These three concepts are very, very important in the yogic philosophy. And it's very, very important for a human being to understand them, so we will be able to shape our future. It's not a theoretical understanding. It's a practical approach to the human mind and the human condition. Anyone has ever heard about vasanas, samskaras, and karma? Raise hands. Karma at least, yeah? Karma. I will explain. So, three concepts, yes? The first concept is called samskara. So, samskara is the deepest impression of something that has happened to you. We are very young, all of us, but many years ago there was vinyl. Have you ever heard about the vinyl? It's like the disc, like a black disc that touches vinyl. Vinyl. Have you ever heard of vinyl? It touches and you hear the music, which is a mystery how it really happens. Yes, the vinyl. Why it works? Because it has like a little holes on it, right? So then, like a needle can read it. Yes. So this little hole, these impressions, would be the samskaras in our mind, the deep impression that the things that happens in our life put inside of us. Yes, and they will stay forever. These are the deepest impressions, which are unconscious. Is really deep unconscious impressions. Yes, it might get conscious, but most of them are really deep. I'm going to give an example of vasana. First, let's define vasana. So vasana is how your mind recreates or calls this impression. Okay? So there are many situations in your life that will call this deepest impression and it will bring it to surface. Okay, so the vasanas is how our system tries to recreate or avoid an experience. Okay, anyone understand that? Hardly. It really difficult to understand because sometimes they are very close. But I'm going to give an example so it will be very, very easy to understand. Let's put an example. For example, a relationship breakup. Anyone has a breakup in his life, a relationship breakup? Raise hands. Everyone? Oh, why? Anyone has never had to go through a breakup? Oh. You? Hey, great. So happy. Well, that will be the best thing. We never break up and we find love, eternal love. But for most of us, that didn't happen, right? We've been through a breakup, which is a terrible situation. I don't know about you, but I don't like it. Yes. You know, especially when I don't want to break up, right? If you are the one who decides to break up, then it's okay, you know. But if the other one decides that you are not enough, go away, then it's terrible, right? Okay, so let's remember what happens when you got a breakup. Remember the feeling. So this breakup will give you a very deep, remember the vinyl? A very deep impression in your mind, which can be opening my heart leads to being hurted, right? I've heard that. Like, I gave everything. I gave all my love and I got hurted. Okay? So you make a relationship. This is a really deep impression. really in your deep unconscious. Other thing that might happen, I'm not enough, or I'm not lovable. Lovable exists in English? I'm not lovable. I don't deserve to be loved. Some people, they punish themselves because a breakup comes through, right? There might happen many things in your mind that will make a really big impression. You have to be very aware what is the impression. But it might be any one of these, yes? I'm not lovable, I'm not enough, I open my heart, and so this becomes a samskara. This becomes a really deep impression in your mind. This samskara. What would be the vasana? What will call that feeling that I'm not enough, I'm not lovable, or I can not be loved, or if I love, I'm going to be hurt? These are the vasanas. So for example, when you meet someone new, a new boyfriend, a new possible boyfriend, then this samskara will interfere in this new decision, and you will expect rejection, for example. You think, oh, he's going to leave me. So this outcome comes from this samskara. Yes? You feel suspicious all the time. So it shapes the way you behave in the future. So this is the power of the samskaras. Yes? It got very clear? It's very clear, right? So all our life is made of these two samskaras and vasanas. We all have impressions. Things get impressions in our life, and then we react based on these beliefs or impressions. So if you get really hurt somehow, it will be very difficult for you to open your heart again. Yes? If you cannot do anything about it, then you are cursed, isn't it? That's it. If you cannot change that, you have to accept it. Okay, I'm cursed, I'm not going to love anyone else, that's it, that's the way I am. Some people say, that's the way I am. I was born like that, and I will die like that. Okay? It's a choose. You can choose that. But in yoga, we don't believe that. In yoga, we think that we can reshape our samskaras. We can change totally the way we store these impressions, and we can change them, and we can react differently. So if your first reaction is, I'm not safe, for example, love hurts, you get away from love because you had a breakup, this is the first reaction, or you always are in pain, you can reshape that by changing these impressions, okay? And this is what we're going to do today. This is the next meditation about. This is what we're going to do the next week, the whole week, reshaping our samskaras, which, when you will succeed, you will be able to become the person that you want. You can reshape everything in your life. If you are sad, if you define yourself as sad, or if everybody defines yourself as sad, you can change it. You just know how to do it, and then you can become the happiest person on earth. Yes, this is what yoga says, and I've been doing that for many years, and it works. Yes, our tendencies are not definitive. We can change our tendencies. Okay. For example, let's talk. We talk about the Yoga Sutras, right? So Patanjali, in the third chapter, which we didn't reach, and maybe 1 year we will reach the third chapter because we are too slow. He says on the third chapter, the 9th sutra, he says, stillness is not achieved by force, but by allowing the old imprints or samskaras to dissolve moment by moment. So what we have to do is dissolve the power that the samskaras have above us, and then we can reshape it. Okay? And now we come to karma. Karma means, anyone knows what means karma in Sanskrit or in the yoga? Oh, what means karma? What do you think karma means? Who knows? No one? What's karma? You can say it in Chinese. Destiny. Okay, why not? It may be destiny. But in yoga, karma is one of the top subjects. Karma is very important in our lives. Karma is means exactly in Sanskrit means action. Karma is the law of action. Every action has a reaction. That's what karma means. It's not good, it's not bad. You don't have bad karma, good karma. You have karma. It's a reaction of an action. If we go out and we punch someone, it will be a reaction, isn't it? If you come and you love someone, it will be a reaction. So every action comes with a reaction. This is the definition of karma. Okay? But this action is not just physical. It can be any action. It can be a thought. A thought will create a karma, will create a reaction. An emotion will create a reaction, isn't it? If you start being very, very happy, it comes a reaction in your body and in your life. So every action has a reaction. It can be emotion, thought, or even intention. And intention also, it comes with a reaction. Okay, so this is karma. So every action that we do in our life creates a impression, right? A samskara. It creates a samskara. Everything that we do in life with an intention, it will create an impression in our mind. Yes? For example, if when we were very, very, very young, we always help everyone, we were very lovely, and we just were spreading love all the time, this action will create this samskara that we are lovely and that we will want to help or whatever, yeah? So it really shapes our future, the karma. But this action creates an ego and the way we react and we move and we are, right? So the karma creates a pattern. We will not be, which we cannot run away from it. We were talking in the beginning, right? If we have like this samskara that we cannot love anyone, when someone new arrives, we are not ready to love him, right? Or this is the example that we put. So we are trapped, or we have not the freedom to choose if we want to love someone because our tendency, our samskara, doesn't let us do it. Do you understand? That it takes us out the freedom of free choice when you have a strong tendency to something. And this is created by action. So karma is a prison for yoga. It's a prison because it imprisons you, because it makes you recreate your actions. And if you start, when you start acting in a certain pattern, then you will always come back to this pattern. So you will recreate the old patterns all the time, and you will be not free to get rid of these patterns. And then it creates a prison. These are the three concepts of samskaras, vasanas, and karma.